Introducing the John Searl technology.
Does John Searl have the answer? Is John Searl's invention the point of impact between the question, what if there is a machine that could save mankind, and the answer, the Searl effect generator?
People say, well, you can't do this. You're going to upset the entire world economy. The whole economy is based on oil. And it works, they're saying. Well, it works very well for the people who are running the economy, but not necessarily for everyone else. I still maintain that it will not ruin the economy. It will be a very strong paradigm shift, much the same as the shift from horse and buggy to automobile.
Surely this point of impact would produce energy of its own, human energy, emotional energy, joy, relief, hope, wonder, or perhaps the darker side of human emotions, greed, hate, and jealousy.
All these years I've learnt one thing: you can't trust anyone with this technology. They've got to steal it. And any worker seeing this and find out how it works could sell it to another company for millions.
Because this too is the Searl effect.
What we got running right now is the SEG. It's an SEG mock-up, strictly magnets. But what we're doing here is demonstrating the motorability of this configuration. So what we got here are 12 rollers moving about essentially the way a real SEG would. With the plates, as you can see, they're attracted to the plate, and then each rollers are spaced out magnetically at the same time. It's just a unique feature, which we, in fact, were validating that as well as the motorability. We'll give it a close-up.
In the 1960s, Professor John Searl was building free energy electricity generators that doubled as producing an anti-gravity effect, but was thrown in jail on the charge that he was stealing electricity from the grid. He was running his home on his energy generator, not from the grid. Along with being arrested, his plans and devices were all rounded up and sequestered. They still have not surfaced these many years later. Emerging from jail penniless, John has had a difficult time rallying the necessary funds and talent to reproduce what he had developed in the 60s. Back then he was employed with the British Utility Board and had access to a laboratory with all the equipment and tools necessary. Sourcing the materials and tools without that resource has been very difficult. He has come close several times, but all previous attempts have ended in frustration.
The claim is that these things have been built previously, they've worked, they've been demonstrated, but today no working prototype exists, and in order to build a working prototype, some people want $500,000.
This is a perfect machine. It is an entity. It's the closest thing to a living thing that man can make.
If you take an example such as Albert Einstein, he didn't contradict what we already know to be true. The problem with the SEG that I've seen so far is that there are contradictions. There are things we can see to be observably true, which are contradicted by the claims made for the SEG.
I wouldn't necessarily say offer or accept an offer from General Motors to buy the technology outright. because I would not have the faith that they would put this out to the public. I would suspect that they might shelve it.
As the chairman of General Motors saw that device, what he would want to do is grab it for General Motors, put a patent on it, and have the only car on Earth that runs forever with no fuel coming from his company. It doesn't appear to me that the physical principles they're talking about align with things that have already been demonstrated to be true physically.
There are legitimate experiments that are going on to manipulate gravity.
The generator doesn't give you
Doesn't
power.
appear to me that the physical
There are
principles
legitimate experiments that
align
are
with
going on to
things that have
manipulate
already been
gravity.
demonstrated to be true. Just believing in something really hard isn't enough to turn it into reality.